My name is Arlene Lopez, and I've been a South Tucson resident all my life. We would leave our doors open at night. Nobody would bother us. We didn't need to put up wrought iron on our windows or put locks on our doors. Well, this house, my dad built it with the help of neighbors. It does need a lot of maintenance, and I would like to restore it someday. It costs a lot of money. St. Anthony's Chapel, which is La Capilla, was there for many years. It was a very plain, oblong structure with a gable roof and a bell on the top. The structure, which is an old army barracks, used to be on the east side of South 6. Father Ignacio Bach brought that structure over to our side and placed it on this property. People remember coming to Mass in the little chapel, doing their first communion. It wasn't a big church that overwhelms you, but it was a little chapel where people felt comfortable. The church was behind me, right here where this house is. We didn't need security. I was security here. The floors were giving out, rotting, and because of the weight and the traffic and all that. So it was becoming a safety hazard. Father Ignacio, Father Kevin, Father Cyprian, they had passed away. So it was, we didn't have enough priests to come and give services here. So finally they knocked down the property, the building, and sold the property.
E17, I-17, N43, N43, T50, G50.
Bingo!
Mi nombre es Celia Gómez, mi edad es 76 años. Vivo aquí en el Sur Tucson por 58 años. ¿Usted, Teresa, su nombre y cuántos años tiene?
Teresa Moreno.
¿Cuántos años tiene?
Tengo de edad noviembre 5 de 1926.
¿Nomás cuántos años tiene?
De edad tengo 91. Very proud of what I'm at my age.
¿Se acuerda cuando íbamos a la iglesia de San Antonio?
Oh, sí.
It looked like a little barrack. It was small, but it got packed, especially on holidays.
Oh, sí, de la San Antonio sí, fuimos a bodas, hubo bodas, quinceañeras, bautizos, todo había en la capilla de San Antonio.
It was mostly in Spanish because most of the people that went there were Spanish speaking.
I remember it being so small and so poor and everybody's so nice, because there was Native Americans and Yaqui and Tohono O'odham and us Mexicans. We all got together just fine, but I don't remember any white people there, but there probably was.
Yo no entiendo por qué quitaron la iglesia. No me pidieron permiso a mí. Porque sí, a mí me pudo y me puede todavía.
It was real nice. So I was real sorry when they took it off, I don't know why they did it. It was a good church. I liked it. I loved it.
My name's Nejla Hummer. I'm executive assistant at the Primavera Foundation. In 2017, the Primavera Foundation received a $500,000 grant through Project Reinvest Neighborhoods. The whole grant is to be used to do neighborhood revitalization work in the city of South Tucson. Off to the right here, you can see that there are some contractors building a wall that's going to become a public art piece for our community. It's going to be designed, constructed, and installed by the Las Artes Arts and Education Center.
My name is Alonso Morado, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator with the Primavera Foundation. The Catholic Church was having a lot of issues with that property. The property was being used by people going into the church and doing drugs. We looked at La Capilla to see if it was structurally fit to do something with it, but it wasn't. It was really run down. So we decided to build housing. If you come through South Tucson, you see all these murals. There's more than $1.5 million in murals, and we're adding to it.
There was a procession that went to St. Kateri. They passed through here, and some of the people were very overwhelmed, became very emotional, because Primavera was able to put up a grotto there of the saint to have that important symbol. I guess it just brought back memories of how hard we had worked, putting on the fiestas to raise money to keep the chapel up, you know, to keep it, to fix it up, to keep it here in the community because it was so important to the families. And it hits me because I grew up here and I remember the chapel. But I guess we have to go with the times, you know, change.
Arnold Palacios, Las Artes Program Manager. Las Artes has been part of the South Tucson community for 25 years. We have students here, 60 students at Las Artes, to achieve their high school diploma and to become full contributing members of our community. The other half of what we do is public art, and that is a way for our students to give back to the community that has supported them through this journey. We have about 70 pieces of art in this community, and it's a way of our students making the community a more beautiful place.
Thank you for having us here tonight. I'm Arnold Palacios from Las Artes. We're really fortunate in that we're partnering with Primavera to do mural art here at the Capilla San Antonio with the new greenway that's going through. They're going to tell the story of this community. So that's why I'm here tonight to ask you to help us to define what some of those images are going to be.
We are excited to have input from the community. That is very important because then the community will own it.
Hummingbirds, butterflies, and eagles. And one thing that was noticed was the altares, and anything you would like that's important for it to be mentioned about South Tucson, please write it for us.
The overriding theme of the three panels is that water is life. The first panel begins at daybreak, the middle panel represents the midday, and the third panel concludes with an evening. So we see the spectrum of day and night.
Hello, my name is Saul Ortega, and I work for Las Artes Youth Center, and I'm a program coordinator. What I do is I separate everything that I've done, and we put them on transparency. Then I can project it on the wall. We'll take this paper right here that we just did the artwork, put it on top, make it fit, and then we get carbon paper, slide it underneath, and then the students will start.
The process of doing murals is actually, it's irritating, but it's fun.
And they're gonna put it in the park for everyone to see, and I think it looks really beautiful.
And being here my whole life, living in South Tucson, being able to see the art, the color, in such like a bad neighborhood, says a lot,
I think it's something I'm gonna be proud of, showing my family what I did.
People are gonna be seeing what we've done. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
And I could say, hey, look, I did that right there. Oh, I don't know what to say about that, I'm sorry.
Kind of excited to actually have them go up. It's just like, yeah, we did that.
The engagement of students and their creativity, their intelligence, their intuitions is really synthesized and crystallized in the artwork that they can be participants of. and translates into higher order thinking skills that propels them to be successful in the academic setting.
I'm Rose Silvestre, and I'm a murals instructor's assistant here at Las Artes. The students are assisting us with these murals. We want them to be proud of something that is going to be up for a very long time. It lets them show a creative side. It takes a lot of practice and patience. They learn from their mistakes.
I'm from the reservation, from Santa Vera, so like seeing this, like it makes me happy. The church and just Father Kino's right there, and like they just have, I don't know, I'm very religious, so everything is just nice to me. I like it. Like, I'm just very traditional, spiritual.
Can you tell me about how you started this process and kind of what you're going to be doing next?
We all got a tile and we all got to clean the glaze because sometimes it comes out a bit uneven.
Is there ways you can correct it if you guys screw it up?
Yeah, just get the little knife, X-Acto knife, and you take it off, or like you could just.
Depending on the situation, if it needs more glaze and we like took too much off, we'll put more glaze and clean it up after it dries.
Once we get all it penciled in, which we use carbon paper, then we go back and we start glazing. Mark it all in black, then we go back and start putting color as we come here to process number 2, where everything has already been marked and glazed with a black outline. We start putting in the color. And as you can see, we're about halfway done, but we're still not finished. We still have to do the background, and we still have to do the water and come back and do some little touching up, make sure everything's done before we do any firing. Rose right now, she's doing some cleaning up. Once it goes in the kiln, it's spraying time.
Alrighty, so airbrushing is completely different than glazing. It gives it more depth. You could add on as much depth as you want. You could see the shine on the tomato. We added some more darker red to make the shine right here in this corner, to have it a little bit of shine from the sun, since the sun is shining down on the vegetables here. This is all glazed, so it's a little bit thicker. These mariachis are airbrushed as well. We had to airbrush depth into the chins, the nose area. The same thing with the guitars, the instruments, they needed some shadowing too, which you could see right here. Airbrush, you can kind of play with it. You could add on layers of paint and it'll blend in more with other colors. As to glaze, it's just one solid color.
You can see it comes out nice and glossy. We try to use porcelain tile. Terracotta tile that we sometimes use has a tendency to break, and that would be disaster. This mural is already done. We're getting ready to do installation. This is not a rush job. It takes time to set all these tiles in place, make sure they line up, make sure it's evenly squared into the frame.
Trip number 7. Coming right up.
We start from the bottom and go up.
Well, I'm hoping that the people of South Tucson are going to appreciate how bright this is. I'm very proud of this. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and just seeing the outcome is like amazing. It's very exciting. I graduated from here in 2008. I'm trying to learn from the best and just brighten up our city with artwork, because art is where it's at.
Gracias te doy con amor. Buenos días, paloma blanca. Señor, ten piedad. Oh, ten piedad. Levantemos el corazón. Demos gracias al Señor nuestro Dios.
This process has been an inclusive process that shows how all of us are needed for the future of South Tucson. That inclusiveness enriches and is a treasure for this community.
I think that it's a healing process.
This is really a celebration of this community.
I wish this was on my wall at my house because it's really nice.
And what represents us through time is really the art that we produce that will be the reflection of us in this moment into the future.
When I'm gone, then, future generations can appreciate and can ask questions and, know that this is what we represent. This is our culture. This is, our vibrant culture in this community. We may be small, but we have a lot of love and a lot of history.
It's really, really important that the murals are on the back of this wall because we want to make sure not only that the people in the city of South Tucson can enjoy them, but also people on the Greenway coming through can learn from los estudiantes, que la gente pasando por la ciudad de Sur Tucson pueden aprender de los estudiantes.
I see good things coming for the city. We're a community of survivors. And of course, water is life. A couple of drops from one little tiny cloud just can make your day around here.
When you look at communities that are truly, truly livable, they have art. They have art that connects the community, art that connects to our history. And that is South Tucson. That is this art that we're dedicating today, and that is who we are.
This art mural, it is also a great reminder of how much can be accomplished when we all come together and give everyone a space to share their story.
Which is La Capilla, was there for many years.
No me pidieron permiso a mí.
We are trying to unite the community, bring it together. We're trying to beautify our little square mile, have people take pride in their property, take pride in this community, have faith in our leaders. And I think that this mural is a step forward, it's a beginning, and I'm hoping that, from here everything just, flourishes and it becomes more positive.
Está muy bien y adorna mucho aquí el centro, se mira muy bonito y pues nos hace sentir contentos aquí en este lugar viendo todos los murales que hacen. Todo está quedando muy bonito.
Across the street here, a man would sell nachos. I mean, there were nachos before the nachos even came out, with a little salsa that he put on it, and we'd get out of here starving, and there were only about 10 cents a little plate full of fried corn tortilla with the salsa on top, which was so good, so good.